Good evening, everyone. It's actually New Year's Eve. People are getting probably ready to celebrate the new year, ring in the new year. I just come on here to wish everybody that they have a joyous new year and to talk to people who may be on the fence right now about Jesus. Maybe there's atheists out there who don't believe in the Bible or Jesus. So, and there's people out there, maybe they're searching for something, but they don't know if Jesus is true or not. Maybe they're on the fence. They have no idea. So these are who I want to talk to right now. I have many family members who we grew up in a Catholic family, and we all pretty much believed in Jesus. We went to church. We did all that stuff. Me and my mom, we started reading the Bible, and we were searching a little further. And I wanted to know. I wanted to know because, life isn't perfect. Things happen. And so my curiosity was, if there is a God, why is so many bad things are happening here? Why is he allowing these things to happen? And the one thing I didn't understand was that God created us in his image. And then I thought, well, if he created us in his image, why are we so bad? So these are some of the things that I wondered about, and the only way I was able to really find the answer to my questions was to actually read the Bible myself. And so I'm encouraging people to read that Bible. And before you read, I encourage people to pray to God about what what he wants you to learn from his Bible. Because it is the Word of God. There's no doubt about it. If you look at the prophecies in the Bible that came true, and the prophecies that are coming true right now today, there's no denying that the Bible is actually a prophetic book. Besides you can get so much from the Bible. It's a moral code. It's a prophetic outlook of the future, and God warns about the future because the future is not good for everybody. It is bleak for those who do not believe in God, or those who do not acknowledge God, or those who don't take an interest in God. See, he doesn't make us worship him. No, he's not that type of a God. He's not a dictatorship like that. It's our choice. And once you get to know God, you really do want to worship him. You really do want to develop that relationship with him, because he helps me in so many ways that, and I don't even deserve it. Trust me, I don't deserve it. I'm a sinner just like you. I don't deserve his love. I don't deserve his watching over me, his protection, his I can remember growing up, my mom and dad, we grew up Catholic, as I said. My mom and dad were they went to church every Sunday. So, they were religious people. And I just remember so many times that things would happen. And our family didn't have much. My dad had heart problems, and so he was on disability, and my mom worked like part-time jobs. We didn't have a lot. So I could just see God, when I look back, hindsight, how many times God had helped our family. Just thinking about it, we lived in a house with bare wires, and our house never burnt down. We never could be able to afford to update our electricity. So thank God that God watched over our house. And, he kept us safe in every aspect, So, and we also, things would happen that we couldn't afford, and always somebody would step up and, offer help, or, whatever we needed. God provided for us. And there's no, when you look back and you look back at things hindsight, there's no way I can't see God in his actions in our life as we were growing up. My father had a heart attack at a very young age, in his late 20s, and he had heart issues up until his death, and he was on disability, like I said. And when he went through an open heart surgery, he had lost his memory. And at that time, he was married and he had 5 kids. And when he woke up from his surgery, he was thinking he was still in high school, and he was asking for his mother. And things were just, the heart-lung machine actually stopped working during his surgery. So he was dead for about 8 minutes. And I can just remember as a child that he was in the hospital a long time. They cracked the chest open. He was in there at least 6-8 weeks. But anyway, and when he came home, I didn't even recognize him because he was so skinny, from being in the hospital that long. So, I can just, remember that, when he came back, he didn't even realize he had kids. And, his memory was gone. And it was a traumatic time. And traumatic time in our life, and he changed as a person. He changed. And, before that, he was such a wonderful, loving, caring husband and father. And after that, he changed. He was a different person, and he was mean, and he started abusing my mom, and, just things that happened. And my mom lovingly stayed with him, and over time he eventually came back to us as our old dad. Eventually his memory came back. Eventually, things got better, and I think it was because my mom prayed about it, and so I believe that, I know I prayed about it. I know I prayed as a child. I was like, give me back my father. I said, where's my dad? I just felt like, God took my dad away from me, and I was angry for him a while, and I said, God, if you're there, give me back my dad. And eventually that was answered. So, I just see things that, looking at things hindsight, now that I really have read the Bible and how it says that God's in our life, and we always believed in Jesus. So, he's always been a part of my life, always will be. People might think I'm nuts because I do talk about God a lot, but I love him. He's done so much for me. And he's pleading with you out there who is on the fence, or those who don't know, or those who don't believe in him. He's pleading with you. Son, daughter, I'm right here. I'm right here. I'm ready to help you. Whatever you got, whatever problem you have, whatever you're doing, I'm here to help you. Please, I'm begging with you. I sent my son to die on a cross for you, personally. I'm here. Please wake up. Please get out that fence. I'm ready to take action. But I can't take action till all my children are here. All my children are with me. And he knows there's some out there that are not. Otherwise, he would have came already. There'd have been things happening already. And he's patiently waiting for you. Could be you, could be you, could be you, could be one of you out there. Sitting on a fence, not taking action and loving God and, finding out about him. He really is a loving creator. He loves goodness. He hates wickedness. I mean, don't you? If you hate wickedness, the first thing you don't want to do is grab a hold of God, because he's the fullness of goodness. He's pure. He's light. I actually look forward to the day where nobody sins. I do. I mean, we have so much chaos in this world, and I can't wait till I don't sin anymore. That's the person I'm really wanting to change. So, you know, I'm telling you that Jesus is pleading with you. Please, please, please accept my love, my adoration, my grace for you. Please accept it before it's too late. Because those who get left behind, those who have to go through the great tribulation, their lives are going to be a living hell. A living hell. And if I had to go through it, I'm not taking the mark of the beast. I can tell you that much. If I have to die, so be it. I would not take the mark of the beast because I think it's changing your DNA. See, we're made in God's image. Satan hates that. Satan hates the fact that we're made in God's image. So what does he want to do? He wants to change us. Look how much they're changing, genetically modified, fruits, vegetables, dogs, animals, you name it. They're trying to modify or change everything. Why not the humans? Why not the DNA? Why not, they got this thing called CRISPR, Sounds like such a great thing, this could help cure diseases, but what they're doing is they're changing your DNA to do it, They're wanting to modify your DNA so that, if your family lineage is susceptible to cancers, well, they can change that DNA and put a different one in there. Now, are you the person made by God? Or, I just don't believe in scientifically changing anything that God has made, because when God made everything, he said it is good. They're trying to change our vegetables or fruits and everything else. We need to go back to the old time farms where everybody was a farmer, and we got our meat from a farmer, not from a store. The things that we're doing today is really ruining our bodies. That's why people are dying young. And, even these shots, for childhood diseases or viruses and stuff like that, God gave us an immune system. I trust God. I'm going to trust God. I'm not going to trust science. Never will, never have. I don't trust doctors. I don't trust a lot of things. There are some good doctors out there, don't get me wrong. But there's the last doctor I went to, it was all by the book. It wasn't even, they're trained to, at 50, ask them if they had a mammogram. At 50, see if they need a colonoscopy. It's just like you're a cow going to the, vet or something. I don't know. But anyway, they don't really listen to you. And then when you have problems, their solutions don't help you anyway. So anyway, I just want to say that we need to really, really seek God, grope for him, and draw close to him, because he will draw close to you. It's our actions. It's our choice. He gave us free will. So how are we using it? Are we using it in a good way, or are we using that free will in a bad way? Are we more self-gratifying ourselves and, saying to hell with good and I could just do whatever I want? You're going to end up in that tribulation if you have that. If you have that mindset, but I'm going to do things my way, because then you're making yourself God. You're making yourself, above God. And nothing should be above God. He knows what's perfect for you. He knows what's good for you, and I have lived my best life being a lover of God. So